I don't know.
It was something else. It was something else.
And welcome to the Lakers Pulse podcast. I'm back. I'm Clayton Fawcett,
No one missed you.
joined by Merge, and Nelson is about to get muted already.
Sounds
So-
about right.
So, how are you doing, Nelson? It feels like you need to get some things off your chest. Are you okay?
Yeah, man. Just fuck off, Clay. Really,
Did
honestly.
your girlfriend dump you?
Oh no, that's going fine. But our relationship is in some serious turmoil. So I'm just gonna not talk about it. Keep that off air. Not everyone needs to know about what's going on behind the scenes. Except to just know that I really, 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 really hate Clayton. So yeah.
If you mean hate as in love, I know you love me.
Oh
It's okay.
please. Oh please.
Merge, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I missed you, Merge.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, Merge didn't miss you, all right? He was just fine with just me and him, all right? So,
I don't know. You sounded really depressed a lot.
well, I mean, the Lakers were really bad, so it's not like was much to be happy about.
No, wasn't that. Anyways, just now.
Got something you want to say, Merge? I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm not saying it.
Yeah, no, okay, fine, all right.
Sorry, I sent this thing off the rails already.
Thanks,
You started it.
You're welcome. The Lakers just lost 119-108, but I don't think that really paints a picture of just how close the game was up until the last 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that.
4 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 4 minutes,
the
whatever.
whole time Ennis was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, when you can play a guy that was a negative 24 on the night, you got to do it. Got to do it.
Gotta say the thing.
Yeah, I mean he
Secure the tank.
He started out 4 for 4, and then just snowballed from there. But he was hot to begin with, so we gotta
ride that.
Gotta ride that hot hand in the fourth quarter, even though if he sucks. Anyways, D'Angelo looked good, especially in the beginning. He cooled off quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He started out 4 for 6 from 3, ended up 4 for 12, so he missed his last 6 or so. That's sad, but
Sad.
he looked really good. 9 assists.
He should have had way more than 9. Honestly,
I agree. Clarkson looked good too. Yes, I said it.
Wow.
Right. Merch, tell me some things that stood out to you this game.
I think the one thing that stood out the most was D'Angelo's passing in the third quarter, because there was some plays in that quarter where the one that stood out the most actually was the pass to Jordan Clarkson, where he bowling pass. I don't know what you would call it, but it rolled on the floor right to Jordan Clarkson. It was a perfect pocket pass, and it wasn't even a pick and roll. I don't know how people can say he can't play point guard. They're not saying he is better at shooting guard. People say that he can't play point guard and needs to always play shooting guard. And you watch stuff like that, and it's just I don't see why people can say that. I mean, he was better at attacking the rim today too. He's been attacking the rim more ever since the benching. So that's good to see from him, because that's probably the biggest part of his game if he wants to become an elite scorer. Besides D'Angelo and all he did, I think Clarkson was, he was hot again. He made I think he had 14 points in the third quarter. They're probably the only 2 starters that really did that well. Julius had an awful game today. He had a couple of really boneheaded plays in a row. Zubac had 10. He started off really hot in the first quarter. And then Brewer, I don't even know what to say about Brewer at this point. Brewer looks like he's falling down every single time he's dribbling the basketball. I know, right? And then Nwaba continued his hot streak with, I think he's had 6 or more points in the past 4 or 5 games, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And playing some really, really good defense, especially that block he had on Kelly Oubre. Besides that, it was really just nice to see D'Angelo and Jordan have another game, playing on the court together, a good game on the court together. And then we got the loss to preserve the tank, which I don't know if I'd say is good, but it's it's not terrible to have.
Yeah. Nelson?
Well, I missed about half the game because I was at my church class, which lasts 2 hours, which is that's
Fine.
cool.
Fine.
Yeah, and so I came back to D'Angelo having scored 22 points, and I was like, oh look, that's cool. D'Angelo's was having a good half. Hopefully, he can keep it up, and he didn't. The fourth quarter, he played really not good. Shot wasn't falling, and he just struggled from the field. And it's pretty apparent that the Lakers go as far as D'Angelo's going to take them because he is pretty much their main offense. And you can see that when D'Angelo has a good game, that Lakers are competitive and that they have a shot of winning. Like look at the Cavs game. Like if D'Angelo doesn't go off like that, then like Lakers don't even have a chance in that game. But the Lakers were able to stay in it and stay really competitive until the end. So I mean, like, it's just another Laker game. Lakers hung in there, so I think this qualifies as a good loss because Lakers weren't like blown out, and it was pretty watchable the whole game. But I think I'm super impressed with D'Angelo's vision, and I still think that he just needs the ball in his hands. Pretty much, I don't think that just moving him off ball strictly is the best for him because then you're just pretty much ignoring another side of him that's elite, which is his vision, and you don't want to do that because then you're not maximizing the guy's potential.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. You know what? Forget the game. I was gonna say a couple more things. I really don't care. The fourth quarter was disappointing, but whatever. The thing that gets brought up a lot, and Nelson touched up on it, was this debate that D'Angelo has to be a shooting guard or point guard. And you know what? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Stop putting people in boxes. Okay? Everyone wants to play positionless basketball unless they're a fan of the Lakers. D'Angelo is not a traditional point guard. There's not many traditional point guards left anyways.
Lonzo Ball.
Chris Paul's probably the only one left, honestly.
Chris Paul probably like the main one. Lonzo, don't get me started. Listening to the Laker Film Room podcast, Darius has put it perfectly. D'Angelo is a lead guard, so he's like I guess you would say a combo 1-2. It's the same thing like with Harden. Harden isn't a traditional point guard, but he's playing the one because he's best with the ball in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for him to be strictly off ball, because then, as Nelson just said,
what?
Go ahead.
You done?
Oh, I didn't realize I was making noise, but yeah.
I mean, you're just deep throating that bottle over there.
I was trying to get the ice out. All right, God, they want to come out.
That's what she said.
Oh my God, guys.
Anyways, as Nelson said, you don't want him off ball all the time. Anyways, if you really want him off ball, then you're wasting his talent. That vision, that passing. Yeah, people are mad sometimes when he has a boneheaded pass, but he's 21 years old. I don't think it's that big of a thing. What do you guys think about that? I just get so sick and tired of freaking seeing that all the time. Like, Lakers got to draft a 1. They need a 1. Like,
the Lakers need a playmaker, not a 1. They just need someone who can make plays.
Yeah, but then the funny thing is they want to draft a 1, but then they want to shift guys off of the floor to take more playmaking off of the floor.
Right.
It cracks me up. You can have more than 1 or 2 ball handlers on the floor at the same time.
I think it's pretty crucial to have more than 1 or 2 on the
floor.
Look
at the best teams. They have guys that can handle the ball or create for others, multiple guys at a time. It's hard to always use Golden State because they're the gold standard. Well, they're the gold standard right now. But they've got how many ball handlers? You know, how many creators all the time on the floor?
Like
You
3
know,
or 4.
at least. So you don't want to draft a 1, so then you can just move D'Angelo straight off the ball.
Yeah.
You know, if you want him to play a 2, whatever, but you don't want him you don't want him having the ball out of his hands all the time. You know, like, do people not realize like Kobe was essentially our 1 for like the last 10 years, 15 years?
Yeah.
Like, we had Derek Fisher, and other guys running
Lamar
the 1.
Odom.
They weren't. He was the primary ball handler. Like,
yeah.
This isn't difficult. Stop being stupid. Okay, like it gets really annoying seeing that all the time online. Just in Cambodia, I don't know how many times I saw it. It was just like, oh my word, you guys are stupid. Just so stupid. Like, you want to optimize D'Lo's talent by letting him run off the ball, every once in a while, but you don't want it out of his hands all the time. If you do, then you're stupid and you don't realize how good he is with the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if that makes people angry that I'm calling people stupid, but if you don't understand it, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, all the numbers point that he's best with the ball in his hands. That the team is the best with the ball in his hands. Like, he has to orchestrate the offense because no one else will. Right?
Yeah.
That's why we run the ball.
But then, at the same time, you want him off ball doing, weak side movement or movement to the offense. There's so much standing still in this offense. It's really, really remarkable, especially from Luke coming from Golden State and running the triangle almost his entire career.
I mean, when you have guys like Clarkson and Lou Williams for half a season who are pretty much like 60% of your scoring and the other 40 or 30% is D'Angelo, I mean, you're going to run a lot of ISO with those 2 guys at least.
I'm not even talking just like with them anymore because Lou's gone.
I
So
know.
we don't even need to bring up Lou anymore. So now you want Jordan Clarkson to show lead guard capabilities, run some damn weak side action.
Yeah.
Like, the only person that moves when he doesn't have the ball is freaking D'Angelo.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else either just goes in the corner, or there was a great screen capture. I want to say it was Zach Lowe in one of his recent articles about how the Lakers have awful transition defense because everyone's below the free throw line.
Yeah.
They're either in the corner or they're swarming the ball, and then there's no one back. And then they wonder why transition defense is bad. It's not because of effort. It's because of positioning. You need to spread the floor. You need to move guys around. But, that's all D'Angelo's fault that people stand around. And then it's his fault when, no one wants to create for him. He has to do all the creating for others, but no, like, the only creation that happens otherwise is JC running a pick and roll, which is good and it's effective. But the only other creation he's doing is that straight, that first read. He's not making the second or third read that D'Angelo is making, but he's not a point guard, so so draft Lonzo Ball, who he's going to be great at the very beginning. No, he's not. No point guard is great his first year. Get the hell out of here with that.
It's funny because a lot of people were talking about how D'Angelo Russell was playing better because he didn't want to lose his job to Lonzo Ball, which is pretty funny considering the fact that there's been no rumors whatsoever saying like it's going to shop him. There's no rumors whatsoever
except for like
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. And I mean, like,
and if you're taking Stephen A. Smith seriously, holy crap! Like, just stop paying attention to sports.
I mean, he's the same guy that said LeBron was going to come to the Lakers last year. So
that said that Durant was going to come, and then got mad at Durant for saying he's not going to come.
Yeah. The last thing that Stephen A. Smith was right about was when he said, and I think it was a straight guess when he said like 2 months before LeBron went to Miami that he was going there.
Oh,
that was the last thing. And what was that? 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, let's keep listening to the talking head moron.
because he fits the narrative. Everyone wants to believe that Lonzo's gonna. I mean, like, it's pretty funny because I mean, like, offensively, you could see the fit. And I mean, I'm not gonna bash Lonzo. I'm not gonna act like he's like this terrible prospect or whatever because he's not. But especially talking about him losing his job or D'Angelo losing his job to Lonzo, that's pretty sad because I mean, Russell's the primary initiator of the offense, but that doesn't mean that he can't be the second initiator of the offense, or that Lonzo and him can't be 1A or 1B. I mean, like they can coexist together really, really good, and say that because you draft one, you need to trade the other. It's like saying that you need to trade D'Angelo for draft Markelle Fultz, but you don't. You just play them together. Same thing with Lonzo. I mean, it's not anything special. I mean, it's not anything like complex to understand. And I mean, like to say that D'Angelo's worried about his job, I'm sure Magic's already told him that he's the guard of the future, and everyone in the media, Luke, Pelinka, pretty much everyone's been saying that like Russell's our guy, like he's the future, he's an important piece,
but people don't want to listen because they just want that superstar right now, but then they want to call let's call D'Angelo a bust, but then let's trade him for a superstar. Because that's how it works, Let's trade busts for superstars. Like if you trade D'Angelo to Indiana for Paul George, you get half of a season, or a season of Paul George, and you don't know if he stays.
Right.
And then you're left with, and it's going to cost more than just D'Angelo. It's going to cost you, D'Angelo.
Our pick if we keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it, like, if you're going to trade the pick and D'Angelo for, like, that's a no starter. I mean, trading for Paul George isn't smart anyways, because he's an unrestricted free agent after next year.
And he's not happy in Indiana, so why not just wait?
Yeah, he's not happy there. But then when he comes here and we're even worse, he's gonna really want to stay then, because we dealt our best young pieces that should have been developing alongside him. But let's be impatient and morons,
Gotta get the wins.
If the Lakers front office paid attention to what Lakers fans wanted, and like they would have drafted, Jahlil Okafor, and look how that would have turned out. Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield has been really good in Sacramento.
Yeah, he has been.
Well, he's been okay. He's been much improved.
14.3 game on efficiency.
Yeah. So you would be looking at a guy that isn't a primary ball handler and is 23 years old, and then you have Jahlil Okafor, who can't, he's allergic to defense. But his daddy says that he can play defense. I'm the king of loving wingspan, and he's got that 7'5", 7'6" wingspan, and I want to touch him. Nope, want to do it. But Lakers fans know better. No, Lakers fans there's just a lot of them, and they don't know.
Yeah,
they're spoiled. They've been spoiled for years, and all they want to do is just win, and that's great. But that's not the time frame right now.
Yeah,
it is not championship or bust right now. It's you can't think like that right now. There's no way. You're not going to be dealing for Paul George, and then people aren't going to flock to LA.
Right.
They can't flock to LA anyways because we're stuck with the Mozgov and Deng signing. So there's no cap space. So then you're going to be asking these superstars or perceived superstars to be taking a pay cut. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Tell me how that turns out.
Yeah.
It's not happening. So just get on board with the rebuild.
I mean, I want to touch on Clayton's point before. He said that he wouldn't touch Jahlil Okafor, and I just want to let it be known that Clayton does touch guys with long wingspans. So, just want to make sure that's known. Just want to make sure that's known so the public's informed.
You're ridiculous. Oh well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some guy said that he had a question, and then he said that he had to go. So all right, well, whatever. Other than me going on a famous Clayton rant,
Yeah.
You guys wanted to talk real quick about options at 28, so that Houston pick, and then if we lose the pick at 32.
Yes.
So, Nelson, do you want to give me 2 to 3 options that you like there? It's obviously really hard for anyone to decide exactly right now because no one knows who is declaring.
Yeah.
Like today with Sumner from Xavier.
Yeah.
I did not think that he was going to declare because of the ACL injury, but he's going to.
Yeah.
So I think more people will declare than what is projected on like Draft Express right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll sorry, Nelson, you go on ahead and you want to give like let's make it the guys that you would like at 28 and 32, and then like two other options.
Well, a guy that I would like at 28 would be Harry Giles, who, although it's kind of a surprise to mention his name down there, especially after all the hype that he had in high school. But I mean, like Sam Vecini said it perfectly. I'm like his stock is so volatile. Like he could go in the mid first, which is probably where I'd lean him going, especially if his medicals aren't terrible. But if his medicals aren't all that good, then I could see him slipping to like the early second round. And although the Nets pick ahead of us, and that's probably a guy that they would probably take,
Right.
I still think that there's a good chance that the Lakers end up with the possibility of getting Giles. And I mean, at this point, at that end, it's pretty much taking flyers or taking a role player, and I'm of the mind a little bit more to take the flyer usually in that scenario, and that's why I like Giles at that range. Although the odds are he won't be available, but I think that it's definitely a possibility more than people realize. And a guy at 33 that I'd probably like is Jordan Bell, which I know he's probably going to be more of a 4 in the NBA, which is a little bit troublesome. But I think that he can play some 5, and I think that he can play like maybe like 5-10 minutes at the 5, and his rim protection's really good for a guy who isn't super long.
Right.
He's pretty bouncy, pretty active on the boards. Although him and Tarek would be a little bit redundant in that aspect, I think Bell's a little bit more better of a rim protector.
I think Tark's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Tark's back next year.
Yeah. So yeah, that pretty much signals that Tarek doesn't come back. And yeah, I like Bell as a guy in second round. Take him, see what he can be. Just play him some spot minutes at the 5, maybe some at the 4 in case of injury or whatever. Because at that point you're pretty much, you're just looking at role players and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a couple other names that I like to bring up, although it's not likely, I'm still grasping at straws and hoping that Luke Kennard falls there. He didn't have the best tournament. Duke got upset against South Carolina, but I still think that he could possibly fall down there. Although teams would be crazy to pass up on the shooting. So that's really valuable in the NBA. And my last guy is Jawan Evans.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Yeah,
That's my guy.
that one's for you, Merge. That was you deserve that one. So I think that the Lakers really need to address this backup point guard position. I think that's pretty crucial. I think the Lakers have been like having a bunch of bad filler guys like Huertas and Calderon and now Ennis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's really bad. He might be one of the worst players. No, he is one of the worst players in the NBA, but he might be like the worst player in the NBA. And it's pretty telling that the Lakers have been struggling a lot, especially when the bench comes in sometimes because they don't really have that point guard. I think Jawan Evans would be a nice fit. Bring him in and have him play alongside JC and see how that works out.
One question I've got like real quick 2 questions, and this will kind of like be something for Merge possibly. If we do lose the pick and we have 28 and 32 and it somehow turns into Giles and Bell, are you worried about how many big men the Lakers have?
Yeah, I'd probably be worried at that point, but Giles is still more of a probably play him at the D League a couple games, bring him up slowly. He's Yeah, just not don't rush him. Make sure that he's fully healthy. Make sure he gets time to rest and stuff like that. So, I mean, I could see your point there, and there's been a lot of bigs and stuff like that. But I mean, Maz is pretty much like a non-factor for me. I don't think they can bring up his value. I think no one's taking on that contract. So you can just pretty much not play him. And he's taking it pretty well this year. So hopefully it takes a while again next year. And
I don't think he takes it well next year.
Yeah, although he doesn't. But I mean at that point I really don't care. Having Giles there gives Lakers a lot of upside. And although he's probably most likely going to be like a backup big at this point just because of the injuries and stuff like that. But if he ever does regain that explosiveness, then he can be really good.
Yeah, I think at that point it'd be like Giles would be like he'll be like there on the bench sometimes, but most of his minutes will be played in the D League, and then Jordan Bell would just take over Tara Black's minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Giles would be. I think he would fall like the Zubac's path, D League for a good long while, and then up with the Lakers. Do you think Giles is a 4 or 5?
I think it's a 5. Honestly,
I lean 5.
Yeah, I haven't watched Giles in forever, but I don't remember if he had a jump shot.
He's still developing it. I mean, it's promising, but it's not all there yet for sure.
Okay,
I know. I've seen him in like high school, but like hit some, but that's high school.
Yeah, so I think he'd be like one of those fun rim protecting, rollmen.
Yeah,
and if he can never get that athleticism back, then he'd be a nightmare switching for the other team.
Yeah. Give me one name that you don't want to see in that range.
Oh,
Bam Adebayo.
No.
You can give me 2 because I have 2 that
Hold on, players you don't want to draft.
Yeah,
that you don't want to draft under any circumstances.
Bam Adebayo.
No. I've grown a little bit more of a soft spot for Bam because he cried in the locker room and that got to me. It probably shouldn't affect me, but I'll save that name for you, Merge.
Doesn't make his
Merge. I'm saving the name for you. God damn it! Be happy.
And we need to apparently draft De'Aaron Fox at number 32.
Yeah,
I'm not against that.
Well, okay.
You can't be serious, Merge. Oh my word.
God, Merge, shut up.
I like him.
Merge, shut your mouth.
Merge, stop. So I think I wouldn't be a fan of Blossom Game, or Justin's guy Dylan Brooks. Not a fan of either for the Lakers. And I just don't want to hear that name be called for the Lakers.
Another one is Caleb Swanigan for me.
I was getting to you, shirt.
Man,
give me the 2. Give me the 2 guys that you want at 28 or 32 if we lose the pick, and then 2 other options.
Okay, sorry. The guys I like. I was gonna say Juwan Evans, but you took mine. Hopefully, I'm hoping.
So there's one name. So
I think Donovan Mitchell is a guy I'm hoping will fall to us.
No way.
Not happening.
I mean, he was in the same Kennard. Because I think him and Kennard we're gonna go around the same spot.
I've seen him jump all the way up to Lotto in a couple drafts.
He's jumped, really? I mean, like him and Kennard went out the same type of way, and they're having the same type of stock going into March Madness.
Mitchell's a bit more versatile than
yeah, he's more athletic, defensively better.
Yeah.
Way more athletic.
I'll switch to someone else. Bruce Brown. That's a guy I've been seeing.
Merge, that was great. Oh, I love you, Merge.
Bruce Brown is a guy I've seen draft people say is a late first type of guy. There's no word if he's gonna declare yet. I would assume he's gonna declare just because he's shown a lot of flashes. I think I don't know how high he can get like value wise. He'd be a really perfect guy, ready to come off the bench or even start spot minutes. Super athletic, long wingspan, attacking the rim, control the ball, good passing, good defensively.
I love you, Merge. I love you. Don't ever change, please. Don't ever change.
And then around the 33-32 pick, I think a guy I've liked a lot is Wesley Owundu. It might be a little bit of a reach, but Owundu is a defensive guy who can handle the ball, long wingspan. You know, he's a decent enough playmaker, and he's athletic. Lakers need to get more people who can defend and pass the ball. And then another second round guy would be Devin Robinson from Florida.
Shooter.
He's a shooter. I've seen people talk about him a little bit. Like he has a lot of upside, but he didn't really touch the ball a lot in Florida. But he's a good shooter who is 6'8" with like a 6'11", 7-foot wingspan. Pretty much a flyer. Maybe he'll blow up. He was a high level recruit coming into Florida. But yeah. And then guys I wouldn't would probably be Bam and Swanigan. Bam, like when I watch Bam play, is just I don't know. He's just like not there. He's just a ghost there. He has he's athletic and he has the measurables, but I mean he is I guess he's a pick and roll guy, but he isn't that great of a rebounder for a guy. You think he'd be like a good rebounder with his size and his athleticism. And he just sometimes doesn't have the best basketball IQ. And Swanigan, I like his shooting, but I just think he's too big and slow for the NBA. Can't really defend. And I don't know if he'll be able to play the center in the NBA since he's 6'9", and he's not athletic. Yeah.
Also, Caleb Swanigan has probably one of the best stories ever. He lost a lot of weight, and he became one of the Player of the Year candidates. So that's dope. Yeah. Just point it out there.
Yeah.
No, he's had an excellent year, 26.7 PER, and led Purdue to being one of the best teams in the what are they, Big Ten or whatever?
Yeah, the Big Ten.
But yeah. All right. Merge, I hate you.
Hey, Nelson stole my Juwan Evans, so I had to steal your.
Bruce. Yeah. Oh, Merge, I love you. I should have Bruce Brown, man. God.
28. I would love to see Bruce Brown. I've been talking about him on this podcast and For the Culture podcast.
Check it out.
He's my boy. Honestly, if he declares, I think he goes higher than 28. I would trade up for him. That's me.
Of course he would. Of course.
You would trade up for Luke Kennard, so shut your whore mouth.
Whoa, hey, Clayton.
Clayton's triggered.
So my four names are Bruce Brown would be at the top of the list. Harry Giles, I think, would be second. I think those would be my two favorite options at 28.
Yeah.
I think Juwan Evans would be great at 28. I don't think he'll be there at 32, 33.
No, he won't. He'll be a late first guy.
Take all my names, Clayton. Take them all. Go ahead. Take them all.
I mean, we pretty much took everyone in that. So I'm looking. I guess Hart at 32, 33. Josh Hart from Villanova. I'm not as high on him as everyone or as a lot of other people are. I wouldn't hate it, especially if it was at the pick 32. But yeah, the big name that's been going around a lot, though, I think at 32, I'd be so much more comfortable taking him than 28, which sounds like it's just there's not a big. It's Sindarius Thornwell.
Yeah, I forgot to talk about him.
I think at 32, he would be one of my top options. I would take him over Josh Hart, I think.
Yeah, I would too.
I question the shot. His 3-point shot was really good this year, but his freshman through junior year really wasn't. Like, he's a career, I think, 31 or 32% 3-point shooter, but he shot, I think, almost 40% this year from three. I'll pull it up on Draft Express. 39.4%. I think those are my main guys. There might be a couple other. We'll get into that closer towards the draft. But two guys that I want absolutely nothing to do with is Bam Adebayo. I want nothing to do with him, and I want nothing to do with Caleb Swanigan. So you guys pretty much took mine up. My two. If I had another one that I could just say no to, would be Thomas Bryant.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't play defense.
Shout out to Diamond Stones.
Yeah, no, you mean Diamond Stone?
Shout out to Diamond Stone, man.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Bryant could be taught how to play defense. I don't know. He's 6'10", 7'5", and a half wingspan. Decent offensive game, not 20 yet, but I don't really know yet. There's a lot. If you look at Draft Express, there's a lot of interesting names, especially for people that like want stretch bigs and stuff, or like they want those lottery tickets. You know, like Alec Peters. He's another 4 from Valparaiso. I don't even know how to
Just say Valpo.
Valpo. There you go. I think he shot almost 40% from 3 this year, but he's yet another 4. A lottery ticket that I've seen float by through a lot of people is Jonathan Jean. They list him as a power forward. There's no way he's going to be a power forward. He's a center, 7'2". His wingspan's like a reported 7'6", 7'7". You're hoping he turns into pretty much Gobert.
But he is a twig. He is pretty much Brandon Ingram's weight.
He's 7'2", 195 pounds. It's sickly how thin he is. If you look at the picture of him on just the like little thumbnail or whatever on Draft Express, he doesn't look that thin. You watch him in video, it's literally like one of those stick bugs. He needs to gain about 40 pounds, and I don't know if he can. But he's a true lottery ticket. You're hoping that he turns into something good.
Yeah.
I mean, if we kept the pick, if we got the pick at 33, right? That's what it would be.
Yeah.
And then with number 28, I'd package that and try to trade up a few spots at least. Try to get a better guy in a better, try to not miss out on your guy. Maybe get Luke Kennard. Just a name. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not super in love with that range. I mean, I guess you could say a first round pick is a first round pick. But I'd really look into trying to get a team to trade up, into 24, 33, maybe if that's even possible. If that's possible.
Yeah. I've seen some people float the possibility of OG dropping down there. I know it's not that big of a possibility, but OG would easily be my favorite guy or my number one guy to get if he was able to fall somewhere down there. It'd be easy OG.
I can't see OG falling that far.
It's impossible.
I don't. I mean, anything is possible, I guess, but I don't see it. We got a few questions. Do y'all want Nwaba on the team next year? I think we all
100% yes.
I think we all agree with that. I upset someone. D. Lagarde, guys. Bam Adebayo is our guy for it's 28th pick. And no, I don't like Bam. He's not very good.
Great nickname, though. Great nickname. Bam's a great nickname.
Bam.
Yeah, great nickname. It's a great nickname. Yeah, no, I don't.
He's super long.
We gotta get Tariq Black and Bam Adebayo on the same team and have Bam Bam and Boom Boom.
Oh my word. He's like a slightly bigger Tariq. Except Tariq has a longer wingspan.
Oh.
Man, if Tariq was taller, that dude would be.
Yeah. No, Bam has like no skill, and his defense isn't very good. So no, he has feet to be on smaller guards.
Yeah.
Not really. I don't think his switchability is that great. I would maybe think about Grayson Allen. Alonzo Trier, I have absolutely zero interest in.
Yeah.
A lot of people like him. Recency bias, in my opinion. I don't like him at all. I didn't like him last year. I don't like him now. He's pretty good on O. Yet another 0 defensive player. Don't want that. And then he asked about TJ Leaf. I think Leaf will go before 28.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate him though.
I don't understand what the point would be for Leaf in LA, because we've got Randall and
Larry and Ingram
Larry.
playing or Dang's playing or.
Yeah, so unless you're going to be making big-time trades, and I don't think Leaf is anywhere close to the talent of someone that you would make that concession for. Also, is a hot dog a sandwich? I say a hot dog is a sandwich.
Hot dog is...
It's not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich.
Alton Brown says a hot dog is a sandwich, so I go with Alton Brown.
That's cool, but it's not a sandwich, so it doesn't matter what you say.
Is a quesadilla a sandwich?
No, it's not. It's not. No. Hey, Clay. No.
What kind of? What are you trying to start right now?
What are you trying to start? You trying to start like a racial beef here or something? I mean,
no.
We'll go at it, Clayton.
Oh.
Actually, I won't go at it because I'm scared of you. But yeah.
No, my word. You're not scared of me. Shut up.
Yeah, you are. You're huge, man.
Whatever.
Funny.
I think I might have made people angry with those answers.
Quesadilla is a sandwich.
I mean, you fold it in half. It's like a hot dog.
Okay.
But it's not bread. It's not bread though. It's a tortilla. So no, a quesadilla is not a sandwich, but a hot dog definitely is.
No. If
Alton Brown, the king of food, says it's a sandwich, it's a sandwich.
If I say it's not a sandwich,
you also like corn tortillas better than flour tortillas.
Oh, corn tortillas are so much better than flour tortillas.
Lakers Pulse on Twitter already said that flour tortillas.
No, it doesn't matter. Their opinion's irrelevant. All right.
No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
What, on this one?
What?
Not on this one.
God, hot dog is not a sandwich. It's not a sandwich.
Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Hot dog's not a sandwich, Clayton. It's not a sandwich. All right. Just want to get that out of clearly.
A hot dog is a sandwich. And then, oh man, boy talk, BOI talk.
Yeah.
You missed draft talk. What was your question before we log off? Someone? Anyone? Any more questions? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Okay. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to touch on?
Well, last podcast we talked about if the Lakers did keep the pick, what we wanted to do for the offseason. So, what would your opinion be on that?
It would depend on the range.
So we just said 2 because we're at 2 right now.
Yeah.
2, I would want Josh Jackson, I think, or look to trade back.
Okay.
See if Sacramento would bite on 2 for $5 and $9, or something along those lines. I have no interest in Ball. You guys know that. He's grown on me. His hype is stupid right now, and I know I've seen people diagnose as analytics. I love analytics. You can't scout everything just on analytics.
# tape matters.
Yeah. What was who did they lose to in the tournament? I can't remember. Kentucky.
Wow.
I was in Cambodia. Shut your mouth.
Oh, here we go. I was in Cambodia. I was here. I was there.
He struggles against really good speed.
Yeah.
And each time he played Fox torched him. He suffers against length. His numbers are really good this year, but the funny thing is that that's actually the outlier. His high school numbers and all the AAU and all the other numbers show that his 3-point shooting has never been this good. Also, when he's going to be defended in the NBA, his shot takes so long to get up. And yeah, when he releases, it looks good, but when he pulls up, people they're gonna eat that up. Yeah. And he has issues defending. Well, I know that his advanced numbers are good, but he can't. They're defending in a zone a lot. I can't take numbers like that when it's primarily a zone. He has hard times against the pick and roll and operating the pick and roll. Like a basic play, you would think would just be really easy. He has no idea what. Like, he's amazing in transition. If you could run transition the entire game, you'd be wonderful with him. But that's not how it works, you know?
Yeah.
So I know so many people want Ball, and when I click to look at the comments, I'm probably going to be yelled at. But no, I have no idea, or I have no interest in Lonzo Ball. He's not generational. That's the only person I see generational in this draft is Markel. I have Josh Jackson ahead of Lonzo. I mean, I have several guys ahead of Lonzo. I think he creeped up to like he's that more 5'6" range, but yeah, I don't. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Yeah, I would try and trade back to 5 and 9. In the 2 picks that Draft Express has at Malik Monk and Isaac, I'd actually try and switch that. Isaac at 5 and Monk at 9.
Yeah.
But if you ended up with that pairing, I take that over Lonzo every time.
Yep.
And I don't even really like Monk, but he's just an elite shooter. I think he's the best shooter in the past couple of years.
Yeah, he's no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't you bring him up.
I'm not gonna do it.
Don't you do it.
Not gonna do it.
What if it's a compliment though?
I don't care. Don't do it.
I was gonna say even better than Jamal Murray because Jamal Murray is an amazing shooter.
Yeah, I always said that I thought Jamal was a good shooter. I think I did.
Yeah. When you weren't.
Someone needs to check the tape.
Yeah. The only thing I ever talked about him is that he's not a good defender and he can't play the 1. I like Jamal. I like Jamal as a 2 and as a occasional ball handler.
Oh please!
But I don't like him as the primary.
Save it, Clayton. Save it, please. Save it.
Hey, this is going to be going on for a long time.
Save it. Jamal Murray's great. Save it.
He's good. I like him. You don't like him.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hate Jamal Murray. Oh God. Oh, please trade him.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Real quick. Last question from Meanie Grinch. Who's the best wing defender in this class or in this draft? I
still say Josh Jackson.
Nope.
I know how much you love OG. It's Josh Jackson.
It's not even debatable. It's OG.
Jonathan Isaac.
I think it's Josh Jackson.
Jonathan Isaac. That's my boy.
Josh Jackson.
No, it's not Josh. Josh Jackson is not the defender that OG is, especially because OG has a lot of the same athleticism. Not up to the freakish that Josh is, but he's also got that elite wingspan that Josh just doesn't have. Also, a lot of our defending that we saw Josh do was against 4s, and he's not a 4 in the NBA. Yeah. So, but then apparently someone did think OG is a 4.
Yeah.
Don't listen to that person. OG is the best defender on the perimeter. Apparently, Merge is still drunk and thinks Josh Jackson is. If Mikal Bridges declares, I think he is number 2.
Jonathan Isaac's number 2, sir.
Josh Jackson.
Jonathan Isaac.
No, it's neither of those guys. Like,
how dare you, Clayton? How dare you slander Jonathan Isaac? Why do you hate Jonathan Isaac, Clayton? I want to know why.
I had him at my second. I told you about Isaac before you even liked Isaac.
What are you talking about? Okay, don't bring up lies. All right, I'll fact check this.
You fact check it. What? You'll go back and look at the Slack chat from 3 months ago.
I got the receipts. Don't worry about it, Clayton.
All right. Yeah, it's OG and Mikal if he declares.
Josh Jackson.
Or Josh. Apparently Josh Jackson is. I think Josh Jackson is only in that OG tier if OG doesn't recover from the knee injury.
Okay.
No. Well, then you should declare for the draft because the Lakers need you desperately. Yeah, Mikal. If Mikal or OG were available at 28, holy crap!
Yes, please.
But I don't. I still say OG goes. I mean, if OG's healthy, he's you like
I'm
switch
choosing
him
a
and
lottery.
Laurie. He would be. I would take him way above Laurie Markkinen, and I mean he's still at 15 now.
Yeah.
Like he's not slipping to 28 unless that knee is just a lot worse. But he didn't tear the ACL, did he? It was just like an MCL.
No,
Which
an MCO, I think.
I can't exactly remember off the top of my head. If Mikhail declared, that'd be a really interesting guy. I still don't think Josh is the top guy, but hey, whatever. Isaac.
I agree with Clayton on his rankings. And I really didn't want to agree with Clayton, but I have to. So yeah.
I don't know where I would have Monk at as a
prospect?
as a perimeter defender. No, as a perimeter defender.
Monk.
Isaac.
Oh, I thought you said Monk.
Did I say Monk?
Yeah,
No, I'm
Monk.
sorry. I was scrolling by and I must have saw Monk before I got to Isaac.
I was gonna say Malik Monk is.
I was like, Clayton loves Monk.
No.
Is this a thing?
I think like Isaac in this class right now would be like 5 or 6.
I have him at
Well, one of the best wing, like 1, 2, 3 defenders in my opinion. Frank.
Oh, wait.
Oh my God!
Are we talking wing like perimeter?
Yeah,
perimeter?
if we're talking about a guy that can guard a 3, then I don't really think Frank can defend a 3. But a 1, 2, I think Frank is right up there with them, but not 3. I think he is just a little too small for that. I mean, he's 6'5", with the reported like 7'7" wingspan, but I don't know.
So Isaac's the best 3-4-5 defender, right?
No.
Wow. All right. I'm starting to get hurt now, Clayton. Wow.
I don't know. I'm scanning real quick. I think that Jackson's a better 3 defender. I don't know about 4.
Well,
I'd probably take Isaac above Bridges.
Yeah.
5 defender.
Wait, which Bridges? Mikhail or Miles?
Miles. I'm still not as high on Miles as you guys are, but whatever.
Well, I like Isaac more than I like Miles, but I have Miles at like 8 and Isaac at like 4. So
Miles so high. Okay. I think that'll do it. It's been almost an hour. Hope you guys enjoyed. Nelson, do you have anything coming out?
Yeah, I'm writing a scouting report on Jonathan Isaac because everyone hates him and he needs more attention.
He is my 3rd favorite prospect.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sure he is. Fantasyland, I'm sure he is.
Funny. We're gonna eventually get Merge to write. Stop being freaking lazy.
Most likely never, but we'll try.
I should have had things written while I was gone, but
I called it.
Damn.
I called it.
You did. I probably. But yeah, no. Don't upset your wife when you go on vacation. Don't do that. Yeah. So hopefully, sometime this week I'll have a piece or 2 done. So, all right. You guys have any parting shots?
Jonathan Isaac's probably the 2nd best player in the draft. So that's dope.
Okay. Merge.
I'm not getting nothing. I ain't got nothing.
All right.
Soft.
Okay. I'm glad to be back. Sleeping in my own bed was nice. Y'all have a good night.
See ya.
I'm not glad that you're back, Clayton.